I found out that my unhinged boyfriend is putting baby batter in my food, and I broke up with him. Now he's upset and telling our friends that I left him for no reason. My boyfriend and I were out at a bar with some of his friends, just having a normal night. Drinks, food, the usual. Eric and his friend Mark were joking around, and Eric made a comment about how much Mark was eating. Something like, "Careful, Mark, you'll eat the whole damn bar." It seemed harmless at first, just typical guy humor. But then Mark looked right at me and said, "If only she knew." It was one of those moments where you instantly feel uncomfortable, like there's something going on behind your back. I had no idea what Mark was talking about, and the whole vibe at the table shifted. But before I could even react, Eric exploded. He went off on Mark, screaming at him to shut the fuck up, and even tried to get physical. His other friends had to hold him back. Mark didn't really react, which only made Eric angrier. The whole thing was awkward as hell, and we ended up leaving early. When we got back to my place, I couldn't stop thinking about that comment. So I asked Eric, what the hell did Mark mean by, "if only she knew"? What don't I know? He started yelling at me, telling me to drop it and stop being paranoid. He was dodging every question, getting more pissed every time I brought it up. Finally, he stormed out of my apartment. I texted him saying we're done, I need space, and if he can't be honest with me, then I don't want any part of this relationship. End of story. Now here's where it gets worse. He's been going around to our mutual friends, telling them that I left him for no reason, and trying to make it seem like I'm the one who overreacted. Some of them have even reached out to me, saying I should have just let it go and that I'm blowing things out of proportion. I told them to mind their own fucking business. Mark called me today while I was at work. I didn't expect him to call me because he was ignoring me. I stepped outside to take the call, and he told me something that I never in a million years could have prepared for. He told me that Eric has been putting other men's semen into my food, drinks, skincare, shampoo, conditioner, and even my toothpaste. Eric has apparently been hooking up with random men, having them finish into cups, and then using it in my meals and drinks like it's some kind of sick joke. I feel so betrayed, so disgusted, and so violated. I'm getting tested for everything now because I don't know what's been in my body. Mark told me to check under the sink, and there they were, the cups. I lost my shut. I threw out everything in the kitchen and bathroom, even stuff I knew wasn't touched. Every time I walk into the kitchen, I feel like I'm going to throw up. The police actually took things seriously. I was scared they wouldn't, that they would laugh at me or tell me I was crazy, but they didn't. I could see it on their faces. They believed me. Update. I finally have the full story. That night, when Mark and Eric were drinking together, Mark went to change the music on Eric's phone. While he was doing that, a message popped up from Lewis. The message said, "Good night, I love you," with a heart emoji. Mark thought it was weird. Lewis and Eric weren't that close, so he scrolled through the notifications and saw a bunch from Grindr. At first, he thought maybe it was just a joke. There were so many messages. Mark said his stomach dropped. He felt sick. He never suspected that Eric was actually gay. And then he realized something else. He had trusted Eric. He had changed in front of him, slept next to him, shared things with him. And suddenly, he felt violated. So he confronted him. That's when Eric broke down. He started crying, begging Mark not to tell me. He told him everything, every disgusting detail. Mark said he just stood there, frozen, unable to move. That night at the bar, when Eric commented on food, knowing that Mark had struggled with body image issues his whole life, that was it. That was the breaking point. That's why Mark reacted the way he did. That's why he snapped. And now, for Eric, I don't even know how to say this, so I'm just going to say it. He's dead. After everything came out, Eric completely shut down. His mom said he wasn't eating, wasn't showering, barely left his room. She'd come home at night, and he would still be in his room, sitting there in the dark, smoking weed. Then one night, she woke up to a loud thump. She went to check on him, and that's when she found him. He had hung himself from his ceiling fan. As much as I hate him, as much as I will always hate him, I felt bad for her. No mother should have to find their child like that. No one deserves that. I'm not continuing the investigation. I don't have it in me. His family has already been through enough. And honestly, his death was my closure. That probably sounds awful, but it's the truth. He was a terrible person. He ruined me. He gave me AIDS. I am never going to be the same again. I will carry this for the rest of my life. I wish I could erase him from my memory. I dread the day I die because that means I might see him again. And then there's Lewis. He's hiding. He's blocking everyone, avoiding all contact. And at first I didn't understand why, but now I do. He was involved. He was one of them. I didn't even consider it at first, but the way he's acting now, it's obvious. And if he was, he's either going to jail or getting hit by my car, and I'm fine with either.